What up, peoples? It's your boy Ace Boogie, and I'm back with another reaction video. This is all about Three Eye Atlas, Flat Earthers, Antarctica, the Ice Wall, aliens, UFOs, and a whole lot of other stuff. So stay tuned. If you like this type of content, like, subscribe, hit the bell button. Meanwhile, let's just get to the video, man.
Breaking news, the 7th of November, 2025. Late last night, NASA confirmed that the transmission sequence from the 3I Atlas, the 3.141592 pattern of pi, has finally been decoded. Inside the recovered data, researchers uncovered something far more complex than mathematics. Geometric blueprints of molecular structures identical to human DNA. The signal repeats every 90 minutes. But now, with each new cycle, it adds 2 additional digits, as if the calculation is still evolving. According to leaked internal documents, this growing code could represent a form of quantum communication and intelligence capable of rewriting biological data at the molecular level. The Pentagon's scientific branch has labeled it bioresonant encryption. No agency has claimed responsibility for the leak, yet several observatories across the globe reported synchronized atmospheric flickers at the exact moment of the signal's return. Experts now suspect the Atlas is no longer transmitting to space, but directly to Earth itself. The signal remains active, and with every new pulse, it seems to be learning the rhythm of our world.
What do you lot think? Is it aircraft, or do you think it's a comet? Now, they said it doesn't move like a comet, and it keeps changing direction. So it went behind the sun, then it moved elsewhere. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts on that, mate.
NASA finally captured the first images of 3I Atlas, and it is putting the scientific community into a tizzy, including myself. Look how clear this videographer is. They said that 3I Atlas is now close enough to Earth that they were able to position the James Webb Telescope to shoot some photon protein fiber beams at it and capture this. And to me, it's as clear as day. And what's shocking me is I thought it was one solid clump of matter. But as you look closely, you tell me if you agree with me, it looks like it's a multitudes of objects. You can see them there. But there's no comet tail. I sent it to my cousin, this clippage to my cousin who works at PetSmart in the fish section, and I said, are you seeing multiple objects as well? And she said yes, but she also said it looks like there's a force field around them. Can you see the force field as well? It's super exciting. The big question is it a surveillance mission from non-human intelligence spying on Earth, or are they going to come visit Earth? I don't want to get everyone too much into a tizzy, but I'm curious what you're thinking of this all.
Now, what you lot think? You think they're visitors, or do you think they're invaders?
China just broke ranks with NASA and issued an official warning about 3I Atlas. And what they revealed about this mysterious object has completely shattered the narrative NASA's been feeding us for months. This wasn't a diplomatic statement or scientific debate. China's space program just publicly declared that Atlas is exhibiting capabilities NASA keeps denying exist. They released tracking data showing impossible maneuvers. They shared observations of technology that shouldn't be there. And they warned the world to prepare for something NASA insists won't happen. But here's what makes this absolutely explosive. Within hours, Russia backed China's warning, then India, then Japan. One by one, space agencies across the globe started supporting China's assessment, while NASA maintains complete radio silence.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if NASA going to be silent. They've always been lying to us from day one.
Either the entire international space community is participating in mass delusion about Atlas's capabilities, or NASA has been lying to us. And based on what China just revealed, it's becoming very clear which scenario is true. The geopolitical space race just revealed something both superpowers have been tracking differently. China decided the world deserves to know. NASA decided we should stay in the dark. Let's get straight to what China observed about Atlas, because Their findings are absolutely mind-blowing and completely contradict everything NASA has told us. China's Deep Space Tracking Network captured Atlas performing maneuvers that should be physically impossible for a natural object. Over a 48-hour observation period, Atlas decelerated by 5,000 Mach, held a stable position in space for 6 hours, then accelerated back to its original velocity. Think about what that means. Comets don't hit the brakes. Asteroids don't pause mid-flight. Natural space objects...
Which is a fact, though. Comets don't have brakes on them like a vehicle does. Yeah. Yep. And it just don't change directions constantly. So, yeah. Got a lot to explain for that one, mate. Where's your thoughts? Let me know in the comments.
Follow predictable paths determined by gravity and momentum. Atlas is actively controlling its movement. Like a spacecraft navigating through our solar system, a propulsion expert analyzing China's data made it simple. What they documented is powered flight. No question about it. The acceleration profiles, the velocity changes, the ability to maintain station keeping, all of this requires engines. Advanced engines using technology we can barely comprehend, but the propulsion capabilities are just the beginning. China's radio telescope arrays detected something even more extraordinary about Atlas. It's broadcasting complex signals that show unmistakable signs of intelligent design. The
They're even depicted in the paintings. Look like aircraft and UFO looking things. And it's just right there in your face. I mean, that's blatantly telling you a lot there, isn't it?
I think the world ended in 2012. Okay? Now, a couple things happened. For one, you guys know about CERN, right?
No.
Okay, CERN, the Hydrogen Collider. And what that is they discovered the God particle through that. And they've been doing tests since this thing is fired up that have to do with what makes up the universe, the secrets of the universe, right? So since this thing has fired up in 2012, they said in theory it could have collapsed time itself.
Now, what do you think about that theory? Do you reckon CERN basically lost control of itself and then we shifted in a whole new timeline?
Or Earth, or ended the Earth from what we know it, right? Because they're smashing atoms together and doing all these different things. So that fired up in 2012. What movie was about a world-ending event?
2012?
2012. Okay. So after all that, I think after 2012, other timelines have been colliding with each other, right? So the world we knew ended.
You think we went through a time shift?
And now what we're seeing is layers of different realities happening. So to that point, that lady may be from somewhere, another timeline, that's not from ours, that bled into ours and then disappeared. Now there's another story about something similar happening back in the 50s. this guy came into the airport and they were like, this place doesn't exist.
I remember watching this on YouTube somewhere, where this guy just come out of nowhere and just doesn't know where he is, and everything's changed. It's just a whole new timeline. And he's got a passport and all that showing where he actually, what country, some other country that don't even exist, which is kind of mad.
Same thing. I believe it might have been the same place. It sounded very eerily similar to that. He had a passport. He said, hey, I'm from here. It's in between here and here, somewhere in Europe. Never existed. And then they locked him in a room, interrogated him for hours. And then they leave and they come back. They locked him up. He's still in the room. He's gone.
It's the same thing that happened to the lady. It's the same thing that happened to the
Same
lady.
thing.
They don't
know where she is.
They say she disappeared.
Disappeared in the room. They locked the room.
And then allegedly they found her somewhere else on the street, but it was just it wasn't her anymore.
So I think that's what we're seeing. Because we could come up with theories and all this other stuff, but I try to connect the dots in, what reality and documented evidence and what things are actually happening. Because if you look into CERN, that is happening. That is real.
What do you guys think about that? You reckon it's true or false? Do you reckon we went for a time shift? Let me know in the comments.
That's not from the cave.
What's happening?
What the hell is that?
Now these are coming up more frequently now. A lot of people are catching these on their phones. Literally.
Is it an explosion?
Look at it. You're videotaping it, yeah?
Yeah. What the hell is that, man? That's not a rocket launch.
What do you reckon? They're trying to hit some UFO, some aircraft, some orbs, or trying to crack the firmament? I mean, what do you reckon that's going on right there? A lot of people have been catching these on all over on the planet right about now, just randomly. On TikTok, you get to see a lot of these launches that look like rocket launches or something, but no one can make out what they are.
It's going really freaking fast. Okay, I hate to be whatever. That's not a bomb, right?
Not a what?
Like a.
Oh, wait, so see, it's got seven and stuff? It's like something breaking apart.
Maybe it's not like a bomb.
No, I'm wondering if it's a satellite coming back crossing the see how it's going apart and falling apart?
What do you guys think that is?
What just happened?
It's almost like something re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. Yeah, like a satellite.
But it's.
Do you think it's aliens landing? Well, we getting invaded?
That was wild.
That is wild.
Do you want undeniable proof that we don't live on a spinning globe? We'll stick around because the pyramids, they prove it. You see, the pyramids, they line up with Orion's belt, and they have since the day of their creation. And not only do they line up with them, but the size of each pyramid was determined based on the luminosity of each of the stars. And not only that, the distance were also based on the distances of the stars. So it is undeniable that there is a link between the pyramids and the stars of Orion's belt. But we are told by science, by the books, by the mainstream, by the media, that we are spinning 1,000 miles per hour, that we are chasing the sun 67,000 miles per hour, that we are hurling through the solar system at 400,000 miles per hour, and we are hurling through the universe at 2 million miles per hour. But we are never supposed to return through the same space twice. But those stars stay there all the time. You need to ask yourself, do you just believe what you've been told because why would they lie? Or can you look into things and find actual evidence that proves that the mainstream narrative is wrong? So much so, the mainstream narrative, I've even caught telling the truth. Alexa, how long have the pyramids been aligned with Orion's belt?
The pyramids of Giza have been aligned with the stars in Orion's belt for around 11 to 13,000 years.
You see, when you look at things with an open mind and critical thought, you look and you see everything that you've been told your whole life, it doesn't add up. And maybe, just maybe, the stars are circling us. Because once you figure out what's really going on, you take back your mind and you take back your power.
That's why it's always good to do your own research and figure things out for yourself instead of hearsay.
And you have freedom like you never knew existed. And as always, I'm just here to entertain.
Talking about just 9/11, it's on an umbrella kind of system to where it is the biggest deception that there is. It actually exposes every other deception, and nothing else brings down the power of the elite because it really exposes education, science, the economy, television, museums, universities. Think of all the things that have been fooled. I feel worse for the people that are out there building satellites, the people that are out there actually working for these space agencies, the people out there teaching in schools as professors, because they would all come to the conclusion eventually, once this gets out, that they've all been contributing to the lie.
That's a message.
Why do you believe what you believe? Prove it without using NASA or any other space agency.
That's right.
The government or military of any country in the world. Why would I say that? NASA has been proven to be liars time and time again. I could spend a whole weekend here showing you the lies of NASA. How many of you believe your government is 100% honest and can be trustworthy?
Not at all, mate.
And how many of you know the military answers to their government? Okay, so if those three sources are all proven liars, why would you trust them? Fool me once, right? Shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I say, continue to believe pathological liars and you're an idiot. But that's what we've all done. And so, I look at these stuff, we've all seen the textbooks, we've all seen the videos and movies and all these things, and there's so much of it. Do you know what the budget NASA has? You know how much they get? How much money they get? Have you seen the movie Gravity?
Yeah, I've seen that movie, Gravity. It's pretty wild. A nice film.
Okay. That's made for about $100 million, give or take. And if you saw the movie Gravity, that was pretty impressive. I saw it on IMAX, big screen, like, wow. I mean, I felt like I was with Sandra Bullock flying around in space, freaking out myself. Okay, this is what they're able to do with $100 million. What are you able to do with tens of billions of dollars a year since the 60s?
Now, in my opinion, we're being lied to not only about the shape of the Earth, we're being lied to about the very nature of reality itself. In 1954, Admiral Richard Byrd, a highly decorated naval officer, conducted an interview where he alluded to the idea that there may very well be land beyond the poles.
Admiral Byrd, you've been to both the North Pole and the South Pole. Is there any unexplored land left on this Earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is. But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole, on the other side of the South Pole, from Middle America. And I think it's quite astonishing that there should be an area as big as that unexplored.
That's a tremendous
So
challenge.
there's a lot of adventure left down at the bottom of the world.
Well, Admiral, do you hope to see that?
We don't know. That's the big problem. We don't know where we are. Okay? That's what we're all trying to figure out here. But there is the Antarctic Treaty where, 53 or so nations have signed saying that no one's going to lay claim to Antarctica and that there are massive restrictions for travel.
And that's true as well. They put the restrictions there so no one can get there.
You can't just get up and go to Antarctica on your own. You know, you have to have a tour guide with you. There are only certain entry points, and there are limits on where you can go search.
Personally, I think the unconquered South face is the only one worth scaling. It's a 20,000-foot sheer wall of ice, but that's never stopped me before.
Welcome.
No, I just want to stand on top of the wall and piss off the edge of the world.
What difference does it make? What difference does it make? Yeah, that's their favorite line. Got a lot of people, what difference does it make? You can't figure out what difference it makes? If you can't figure out what difference it makes that the people running your world have lied to you over and over your whole life, if you can't figure out that someone lying to you is trying to control you, suppressing of information, of knowledge, is control. Deception of information and knowledge is a form of control. So what difference does it make? It makes a big difference, because once they start omitting information or lying about information about where you live, they're doing it to control you. Period. Why am I having to explain this to critical thinkers in the truth movement?
Like they say, the truth will set you free. Break the matrix.
The way you control billions of people is to keep them divided and fighting each other. Flat Earth is not a psyop. Flat Earth destroys the psyop. Every psyop that's been used to control us for as long as they've known about it. So this system has been in power and control for hundreds of years, ever since they convinced the rest of the world that they didn't know where they live. It created this fantastical scenario to make people feel insignificant and to follow those that appear to know better. Why is the flat Earth so important? Because it shows the deception. And if everybody would just come together and demand answers, they would be in checkmate. They would not know what to do.
Train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. I believe that's why we have so many who are indoctrinated to still believe and fight so hard for the heliocentric model. The reason being is because we've been taught the globe model since before we had the ability to think for ourselves. Think about that.
Now, what you guys think? Let me know your thoughts. Now, you reckon we live in a globe or we live in a flat Earth? Yeah, let me know down in the comments.
Before you could think for yourself, before you could form rational thought, you've been taught that you live on a spinning ball, although your five senses tell you something totally different. Our senses tell us that the Earth is flat and stationary, that the sun and moon and the stars rotate above us just as we see, that they make their annual cycles in such a way that we can calculate days, months, and years of the passage of time, just like in Scripture. The Earth in itself works like a well-designed timepiece, and we all know that any timepiece that we can think of has a designer. What if the lie is to hide the existence of that designer? What if they're lying to us about this because they're hiding God?
Well, they're trying to hide something, ain't they?
The Bible describes Earth as a flat disk, covered by a solid dome called the firmament,
which contains the sun, moon, and stars, all of which move, not the earth. Above and below are waters,
This isn't a conspiracy.
Really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth.
This rocket ship hit the firmament. Watch this.
Hits the firmament.
Standing under a glass ceiling right now. Although we weren't able to shatter that highest, hardest glass ceiling this time, thanks to you, it's got about 18 million cracks in it. We just put the biggest...
Do you remember Hillary Clinton making that speech there, talking about the firmament and how they tried to crack that glass?
Crack in that glass ceiling yet. Thanks to you and to everyone who's fought so hard to make this possible. I know we have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone will, and hopefully sooner than we might think right now.
Now, you know who Warner Von Braun is? Warner Von Braun.
That looked like it disintegrated or shattered like glass in 100 million different pieces. It didn't look like it break anything or didn't go anywhere through.
Was the head of NASA. He's the head of NASA.
Yeah,
He directed all 6 moon missions. And then check this out, when Warner Von Braun died, put up Warner Von Braun's tombstone. He has a Bible verse. Look at that. Warner Von Braun, what does it say? Psalm, what, 19:1? Watch, I'll put up Psalm 19:1. Now, what does it say?
The firmament
sueth his handiwork. Now, the firmament, that's the dome. That's what separates the heavens from earth. That's what Warner Von Braun put on his tombstone?
If satellites were really in space, why would we need communication towers in the middle of the ocean? A compass only functions properly on a flat surface to differentiate between north, east, south, and west. Water always stays level and contained, with the Arctic Circle and Antarctica acting as barriers that hold the oceans in. The solid glass dome or firmament keeps the air inside, creating a sealed, airtight environment. The Earth doesn't spin at millions of miles per hour like a ball. The sounds of thunder booms are produced when solid objects shift. Even world leaders know this truth, as shown by the flat Earth map on the UN logo. Once again, it's the sun, moon, and stars that rotate from east to west, not the Earth. The people who taught you that the Earth is a globe are fully aware of and believe in the flat, enclosed system we all live in and that no one can leave. We're told that we're spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, orbiting the sun in the heliocentric model at 66,600 miles per hour. On top of that, we're supposedly chasing the sun through space at nearly 500,000 miles per hour. According to this model, we're spiraling through an infinite universe, never in the same place twice. Now consider the Georgia guidestones, which had a small hole drilled through one of the central stones. If you looked through that hole, you would always see Polaris, the North Star.
All ancient civilizations
See, that's interesting.
depicted a flat Earth under a dome.
They say Earth spins eastward at 1,600 kilometers per hour at the equator. So here's a question. How does a plane flying eastward at just 800 kilometers per hour reach its destination? Shouldn't the ground be moving too fast for the plane to catch up? And what about landing? Imagine trying to land a plane safely on a runway that's supposedly zipping along at 1,600 kilometers per hour. Sounds risky, doesn't it? The official explanation is that Earth's atmosphere is stuck to the planet, held by gravity despite the vacuum of space above it. But think about this. If Earth were a spinning ball, pilots would constantly need to adjust for the curve. At 800 kilometers per hour, a plane would have to lower its nose by around 850 meters per minute to stay on course with Earth's curvature. Otherwise, it would be flying higher and higher, reaching about 50,000 meters in just an hour. Yet pilots don't make these constant adjustments. Once they reach cruising altitude, they level off and maintain a steady course until it's time to descend. No constant corrections for Earth's curve, just a straight level flight path. Doesn't that raise questions? If Earth were really spinning and curving, wouldn't we see constant course corrections? But we don't. It's a compelling clue that maybe things aren't what we've been taught.
Genesis chapter 1 explains that God separated the waters by creating this dome, placing stars and planets as lights attached to its surface. The sun and moon move across this dome in predictable patterns to create day and night.
3 million miles away? I think not. I saw the setup occurring in the cloud patterns from where I was, knowing that tonight would be very likely spectacular to illustrate the placement of the sun in the clouds. And that's also what I'm highlighting here. The position of the sun vanishing from this perspective or setting is considerably more west. It was way over there just even a month ago. Now it's right over here.
What do you think? Do you think we're being lied to? You reckon the Earth is flat? Or do you think it's a globe?
New Testament. I encourage everybody to hear, share, and of course, most importantly, obey God's Word. Bible.com. Use your own eyes to see the point of perspective that the sun rises and sets and the moon rises and sets, if you like to. All very interesting indeed.
Apparently these are the real maps. This is how planet Earth looks like, and this is the actual map.
I've been dreaming of a Hawaiian for a long time. I had a vision from the place they won't go time. Unofficially, they let it away. I'm the future, past and present, I'm the spotlight. Yeah, I'm a listening of this illusion. I am not really here, I'm an intrusion. I don't feel my sick, I just flow. I don't need gravity, I just need flow. When I move into the rumble, I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble, break down walls like Jericho humble. When I move into the rumble, I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble, break down walls like Jericho crumble.
These are reptilians. Call it liquid crystal. That's it. Like they say, it's a disguise that they put on with a certain vibration frequency that they let out. Now we can't see them with our own eyes. Something like that, if I'm right. Until they start shape shifting. What do you guys think? You think they're in disguise? Do you reckon they're reptilians? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But that is strange as hell, man.
Every big famous star. And guess what? You're the running man. Organization that works in over 150 countries. And my job was to meet with teenagers who were living in exclusion, who were living in extreme poverty or living with HIV, and write their stories. Listen to their stories and write them for UNICEF. And so, I mean, I obviously learned so much from these kids. I learned from Anna in particular, who's lived in extreme.
What do you reckon? You reckon the reptilians, or you think the camera's glitching out?
A fat chance on
I mean, look, it looks like it's proper changing. I mean, look at that face, though, they look freaky. It looks like his leg can't control it and losing shape and just shape shifting.
Lately, the internet can't stop talking about what was found in Antarctica. What you're seeing now might be the strongest evidence yet that Antarctica isn't just a frozen wasteland at the edge of the world. It's a place where nature built its most impenetrable fortress. But what if something lies beneath the ice? Something that could completely change our understanding of this planet. A team of researchers recently went deep into the continent to study what's hidden under the thick layers of ice. Their destination was the legendary ice wall, the one surrounded by countless rumors and forbidden stories. They wanted to prove that nothing was behind it, but they couldn't have been more wrong. While examining the wall, they discovered a massive opening, like a gate carved by nature itself, to hide something no one was meant to see. Without hesitation, they entered, believing this discovery could rewrite history. What they found inside was beyond explanation, and the footage has already spread across the internet. If you want to see it for yourself, type The Edge on TikTok.
Head right now. So people are saying when he says this statement, he's looking to the side and he seems really nervous, unlike his other videos, and they think he's forced to make this claim.
Sorry to disappoint you guys, but all of the
He looks to his left, right?
all the videos that I posted were scripted. They're just fake.
So listen. So he's looking to the side.
Sorry to disappoint you guys. I just needed to give you a quick update.
Okay, so that was his last video for I think 3 months. For 3 months, and then he posts this.
Before continuing, I wanted to warn you guys. Their phones were being spied on. Click on this icon, then on more. If you see it, delete it immediately.
You might not see me post ever again. My videos weren't fake.
Oh, so he says they're not fake. And this is his last video that he ever posted. Look. And he says he sees military on the same mountain. Look.
What?
Where he saw the giant.
Are we allowed to be talking about this, man?
Yo, that's the last time they ever heard about.
So apparently he saw a giant there and posted it. Probably went viral or something. I remember that slightly. And all of a sudden, allegedly disappeared or whatnot, and the military out the scene.
Him? And no, he's actually, like, you can Google his obituary. He's dead.
What the fuck?
He's actually gone.
If anyone can trace him or know that he's still alive, please let me know in the comments.
It sounds unbelievable, but a mysterious SOS signal has once again been received from the Titanic. The legendary liner sank back in 1912, yet strange radio transmissions are still coming from the very spot. The first distress call was picked up by British naval ships. A rescue team was immediately sent there, but when they arrived, they found nothing. At the time, it was dismissed as a technical malfunction. However, exactly 6 years later, the signal repeated. Since then, every 6 years, the airwaves are interrupted by a sinister cry for help, as if coming from the abyss itself. For over 100 years, scientists and radio engineers have struggled to understand who or what might be sending it. Some believed it to be rare atmospheric interference, others suspected secret military experiments. But none of the theories were ever proven, and only recently have new technologies allowed experts to finally decode this strange message. Perhaps humanity should never have done that, because the source of the signal turned out not to be human. And if you want to hear this signal yourself, search on TikTok for the last signal from the Titanic. This man keeps trying to smash a bottle against a ship, but no matter how many times he throws it, the bottle just won't break. Moments later, the voyage that was supposed to begin that day was suddenly canceled, and the ship was cut apart for scrap. But why would they do that over a single bottle? It all comes down to a centuries-old maritime tradition. Before a ship's very first voyage, a bottle must be smashed against its hull. If it shatters on impact, sailors take it as a good omen that nothing bad will happen at sea. But if the bottle refuses to break after several tries, it's seen as a curse. In that case, the ship's journey is called off immediately, and sometimes the vessel is even scrapped, no matter how many millions it cost to build. Only one famous ship ignored this rule, the Titanic. Its builders dismissed the tradition as outdated and never broke a bottle on its hull. On its very first voyage, it sank, taking more than 2,500 lives with it. And if you want to see the real footage of the wreck, just search TikTok for Titanic sinking.
That's interesting. You think that's real?
Flat.
The world is flat.
Confirmed.
Completely flat. Completely flat.
And ice wall, what's beyond the ice wall?
You get to that and you go down and then gravity works in a different direction. So when it rains, it doesn't fall on the floor, it falls up.
Is there another world beyond the ice wall? Wow.
Guys, this might upset a few people, but I'm actually not a flat earther. I'm somewhere in the middle. I know that not a space agency are professional liars, so I can agree on that. But after watching this, I looked into other pilots that have said similar things, and there is a lot of other pilots that are saying the exact same thing as this guy. To become a pilot, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of hard work, and a lot of money. So it's like, why would these guys want to ruin the credibility by saying something that sounds ridiculous to the average thinking person? And as for beyond the ice wall, I definitely believe that. I'm not sure if the earth is flat, but there is definitely landmass that they have not told us about. And if anyone wants to dive down that rabbit hole, just check out Admiral Byrd's diary.
This is the original one.
We're just here at the cockpit. Hello. So, the world is flat.
The world is flat.
Confirmed.
Completely flat. Completely flat.
And ice wall, what's beyond the ice wall?
You get to that and you go down and then gravity works in a different direction. So when it rains, it doesn't fall on the floor, it falls up.
Is there another world beyond the ice wall? Wow.
What do you lot think about that?
Now shit's starting to get weird. Those who don't know, there was a song that released in 1990 titled Watch Out for 666. The song basically exposed the idea of the New World Order implanting computer chips in people's brains. It was very similar to what Elon Musk is trying to do with Neuralink. And when looking at numerology, the letter X is usually associated with the number 6. And when looking at the companies that Elon Musk owns, X, SpaceX, and then Tesla, you got the Model X. It rounds up to 666, which made people come to the conclusion that Neuralink might be the mark of the beast. I don't really know what to think about this, but y'all listen to the song and let me know what y'all think down below in the comments.
Within the new 666 world order.
Watch out for 666. Watch out for 666.
In a vision of the...
Nah, I'm just gonna have to put the sound off in case of copyright.
A new one world order will rise. So a tiny free program, computer chip.
That's mad, isn't it?
Implanted in men's foreheads. Bearers to the system central brain, the master computer.
And the computer chip that is designed to strip you on your self-control. Don't sell yourself.
Yes, so that 1977 hijack in the UK, where a voice claiming to be from Ashtar Galactic Command interrupted a live TV news broadcast for like 6 minutes and told humanity to give up weapons and warned of disasters if we didn't evolve spiritually. That really happened. And no one's ever figured out who did it. There's been no
That's interesting because I never knew that ever happened.
no technical explanation to date. And this alleged Anunnaki TV broadcast hack thing that happened supposedly the other day in Georgia and South Carolina feels like it comes from the same playbook. By the way, the original video is pinned in my profile. Check it out. Join in on the conversation. To a secret planetary defense effort. The timing obviously doesn't help. NASA's been unusually quiet because of the ongoing U.S. government shutdown. And when official channels do go dark, speculation obviously runs wild. And that's where I did some digging and found something interesting. So if you go to the official IAWN website, under their current activities, it says that they're participating in a simulated asteroid impact threat scenario for the 2025 planetary defense.
I'm from outer space.
Reptilians again.
Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm gone, I've been far away. I'm illuminated now, make a move, start a waves. I've been dreaming about flying for a long time. I had a vision from the birds, they want a cosign. Artificially intelligent way. I'm your future, past and present, I'm a fine line. Yeah, I'm a missing link of this illusion. I am not really here, I'm an intrusion. I don't feel safe.
I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? I mean, what you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
When I move, is it a quick rumble? I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho. When I
That's mad. Those look like close. Interesting.
I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm gone, I've been far away. I'm illuminated now, make a move, start a waves. I've been dreaming about flying for a long time. I had a vision from the birds, they want a cosign. Artificially.
That's mad, isn't it?
I'm your future, past and present, I'm a fine line. Yeah, I'm a missing link of this illusion. I am not really here, I'm an intrusion. I don't feel safe, I just flow. I don't need gravity, I need roll. When I move, is it a quick rumble? I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho.
And probably this case with this song, who out of a very good and noble desire not to offend somebody, they have decided that the best way not to do that is to not to be themselves, or not to in any way publicly express their beliefs.
Its teeth
That's
keeps
misconstrued.
changing.
And our country is
Sharpish
really not
looking
land.
teeth.
And a commandments from God to love our neighbor, that if we don't have that, our country is worse off, not better off. And that's why it's good we stand up for these small things. You said small potatoes that turn into a very big meal if we allow ourselves to be taken over by that small group of activists or that misconstrued understanding of respect.
Father Jonathan Morris, I was afraid to ask that question because tomes have been written about it, but you captured it in a concise way. Thank you very much.
Happy Easter to all. Thank you very much.
Sure thing.
What do you lot think? You think the teeth were changing and you were shape-shifting, or do you think that was a camera glitch? I definitely see the eyes change there. See. Không, nào, thì I mean, what do you think? You think the reptilians in disguise, or you think that's a camera glitch? Let me know in the comments. again, isn't it? Boy, that was a lot to take in, isn't it? A lot of interesting information. What do you guys think about all that? Now, I've heard about this book where they say Trump and his sons has time traveled and whatnot. I can't remember all of it at the moment. Let's just watch it. That's mad. That's interesting.
Yes, so that 1977 hijack in the UK, where a voice claiming to be from Ashtar Galactic Command interrupted a live TV news broadcast for like 6 minutes and told humanity to give up weapons and warned of disasters if we didn't evolve spiritually. That really happened. And no one's ever figured out who did it. There's been no trace, no technical explanation to date. And this alleged Anunnaki TV broadcast hack thing that happened supposedly the other day in Georgia and South Carolina feels like it comes from the same playbook. By the way, the original video is pinned in my profile. Check it out. Join in on the conversation. To a secret planetary defense effort. The timing obviously doesn't help. NASA's been unusually quiet because of the ongoing U.S. government shutdown. And when official channels do go dark, speculation obviously runs wild. And that's where I did some digging and found something interesting. So if you go to the official IAWN website, under their current activities, it says that they're participating in a simulated asteroid impact threat scenario for the 2025 planetary defense.
Look at him, straight on the phone.
That's the UK.
Look. That's weird, isn't it?
How long has that been there for?
Fuck no, we just seen it there.
That's mad. What do you guys think it is?
There is footage that has recently came out of
what happened during the Malaysian flight. I'm gonna show you this video, dog.
So that's the flight.
That's the
flying.
flight. Yeah, that's the plane.
Okay.
Pay attention.
What is that thing flying around it?
There's 3 of them.
There's like this.
I'm not sure what happened to the video. They just
keep watching.
Moved on.
Bro, they like.
What the one just
is
one clip.
that?
See what I'm saying?
Nah, this is legit for real.
Yes, this is legit. Bro, Joe Rogan and them are talking about it too. I don't know what the heck I'm looking at.
There's like these 3. It starts off with 1.
Yeah.
And then 2 other ones come.
Bro, keep watching. It gets weirder, bro. And I'm gonna tell you some of the things people are saying.
What the fuck? And they're just circulating around the airplane.
Yeah. You saw that, right?
I saw that, didn't it?
Like,
It looked like it just vanished in thin air.
Explosion happened or something, but it didn't look like an explosion. Like
it was like it just said boom,
like a blink,
like it just disappeared.
Yeah,
like it got sent somewhere or something. They even showed it in thermal.
Yo,
it's the same footage. It's the same footage.
Whoa,
Man,
Dog,
that is.
bro.
When you think happened to it.
What the fuck is that?
You saw it disappear, right?
Yes.
Right now, you're looking at an object called the ice barrier, which people refused to believe in for a long time. But recently, people's opinions have changed. This image was leaked to the public not long ago and caused a huge stir on the internet. But let's go step by step. It all started when Antarctica began to melt, revealing an incredible scene to the world. The melting ice unveiled ancient structures hidden under the snow. But the most amazing discovery was a tunnel through a giant glacier. According to researchers, it leads beyond our world, and right now, you can see a giant passage on your screen. Scientists claim this is genuine information, and this discovery completely turns everything upside down. As they say, we truly live in a vast world, one that is hundreds of times larger than geography tells us. But don't rush to dismiss this as impossible, because there is one real, verified video that will change your opinion forever. To see it, just search for Edge of the Glacier.
Okay, so we're gonna call this video Mortal Kombat 2. Okay, so look, you see the ice wall right here, the ice walls. And this is South America, Australia, and you see Australia got the exit right there. Boom, exit right here, super close. There's another exit right here. But here's the thing though, anything outside of the ice wall is called the outworlds. Okay, and that's why on Mortal Kombat they talk about the outworlds. So we're gonna look at some of these. I ain't even really cracked this map open yet. They got, I don't know what app this is, but I'm just gonna show y'all the places that they got. Cause I don't even know, I ordered a map and this ain't even the map that was supposed to come in. It was supposed to be a whole nother map. This
It's
is
apparently
Asgard,
meant to be the real map.
right here in the corner.
Our planet.
Vanaheim.
Our Earth.
They got Atlantis right here. Olympus.
Our globe.
Wow.
Oh, flat Earth.
So Asgard. They got Jotunheim, where you know the giants live there too. So these would be all like these beings from Outworld. They got Valhalla. Now let's keep going. The canals, Anubis, and like a big giant lake next to the Indigo Caverns. Okay. They got Mu and Lemuria. Let me show you what that's at on the map. So Mu and Lemuria will be Australia. Boom, go over the ice wall to Gemini, to the ice wall, all the way over there to pass the wall to get to here. Man, that's a long ass travel. I'll tell you that. And they got Osiris and Indonesia, Musavan, Seth, Amun-Ra. Let's go down. Got the island of Horus.
Look at all these extra places that we probably never ever gonna see or been to. Beyond the ice wall. What do you lot think? You think that's real? You think that's what they're hiding down there?
Oh wow, that's a long. I don't even want to pronounce that. Okay, the Scorched Waste. You know what I'm saying? They even talk about the waist on Mortal Kombat. All that stuff. Lunaria. So when this stuff, we got a dome over the earth. This is basically our dome. You can see it. Right? It's over our whole area. And when this dome is removed, all these creatures from the outside get to go into this area, and we have Mortal Kombat for the central, for rulership of the central part of the entire third dimension, or third district, what's known, right? So like if you check it on this map right here, with all the other worlds and districts, we are right here in the middle, right in the middle. So that's that map over there. This is Mars over here. This is where we talking about they be coming from. Okay, and this is the capital of this whole land. This is the lowest part. This is the exit out to the fifth dimension. In the fifth dimension, this was all created. You see, it's the macro of the micro. Okay, let's get back to Mortal Kombat.
That's some interesting information there so far, isn't it? For real.
All right, so if you look here, all these places are on the outside of the ice wall. And every single one of these places have their own individual species, because these are like continent sized. So we gotta talk about a whole another species lives here, from there to there. So there's all different types. And there's a lot of Elohim out here in these areas. So when the wall does break, we have allies, because we have, relationship with our ancestors. You see what I'm saying? But, mankind don't have a relationship with these other creatures out here, even though they created it. You see what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a crazy thing once this dome is relieved and this battle for Mortal Kombat, where humankind and versus the Galactic Federation. All right, let's keep looking. Let's keep looking, because I seen some stuff over here I want to check out. Sky Cavern. The Indigo Caverns. Okay. Let's go back. See, look at that. What you name it, them Isles. Let's get down here to these exits, man. Y'all can exit if y'all want. It's telling you y'all can get out of there. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a risk to me, because if you hit this plan over here, which is, what they call this, the mountain wall? Hold on. The mountain ring. So even if you do get past, you know that if you get to mountainous range, that you're near the mountain ring, but I'm pretty sure you're going to come in contact with some creature by the time.
Imagine that all them creatures come to attack us. That'd be scary, wouldn't it?
You even get to there. So South America, I got an exit right here. They call it the Agathan Gate. I ain't never seen that one. That's what these gates are called.
But there's ways in, so that's interesting as well.
The Pin Pine Pass. That look like they know what that called. You know what I'm saying? That's how they know. That's what I'm saying. They been knew we could leave this one. The Lapita Gate. That's next to New Zealand. So from New Zealand, you can get out of here real quick. But I bet you they got that stuff on lockdown out there in New Zealand. How much it costs to go to New Zealand? Probably like $1 million and shit. See, Asia is too far. That's too far. You know what I'm saying? But they got one right here called the Malagasy Gate. So I ain't going anywhere that says a gate. Because if they got a gate, trust me, there's a gate. You know what I'm saying? This will say gate. Nah. This says the Pin Pine Pass. You could probably get through there. Probably a lot of ice. But if you notice, all these things say gate. Because we're gated in this mug, I'm telling you. Until Mortal Kombat starts, until the tournament starts. See what I'm saying? Yeah, man, look, the islands, this is the moving islands of Tar. Which I'm telling you, though, they guarding these gates, though. It's not just open. But the exit out of this dimension is in the middle. The center. This is the fifth dimension. You know what I'm saying? The exit out of the third dimensional realm. And so this land, you see, it even shows you Greenland is connected to where the black sun is at, in the center, the exit out of the fifth dimension right there, you see? It's connected to the center. Wild stuff, man. Okay, let's get this last thing right here, because this is crazy. The map is really detailed. I gotta really look into this. But it says the grassland, and then it says the hot and arid tundra, sky caves, ground caves, and submerged caves, sunken continental, open ocean. This one says flying landmass. Then I look over here where it says the ascending isles next to the Isle of Horrors. So these islands, they say, are floating in the air. Because this one says, where's that? What's this sky cave somewhere? Where's that? Nemo. Sinbad. That's crazy, man.
That's interesting, man. Think about it. Yeah, there's probably a lot they haven't told us beyond those ice walls. What do you lot think?
Guess what we learned today at school?
What did you learn?
We learned about how the Earth went around the sun.
Do you want to tell them the truth?
Yeah. So first, God set the Earth on its foundation. It can never be moved. So how does it go around the sun? Second, God is enthroned above the circle. Yes, it is a circle, but not round like a ball. He's enthroned above the circle of the earth. Third, in Revelations, it says that there are four corners of the earth. Now, tell me, how can there be four corners of a round ball? Okay, fourth, God created a firmament, split the waters above and below. This is why our rainbows are shaped how they are. And when you hear thunder, it echoes off our firmament. Fifth, in Isaiah, God sits on his throne above the circle of the earth. Also, God set the sun, the moon, and the stars in the firmament to give Earth light. This gives you an idea of what our Earth actually looks like. We have never gone past the firmament, and let me tell you this. NASA in Hebrew means to deceive. All this was about was question everything.
Look at that. Very interesting information.
Oh, and it needs to add that the moon and sun move around inside of our firmament. Oh, and guys, this is purely entertainment only.
Now that's what I call one smart kid, mate. Right, YouTubers, I hope you liked the video. This is where we come to the end of the video for today, and I'll come out with another reaction video on some other day. But if you like this type of content, then subscribe, like, or hit the bell button, and you get to see more of this type of content on a regular basis. And I know it's a whole new world right now. A lot of crazy things are going on globally, everywhere. But anyone got any type of video they want to send me or anything, well, you'll get to see the description below or on the video, you can always send me your videos and I would love to upload them and talk about it and do a reaction on it. So yeah, if you like all this type of stuff, yeah, just hit the bell button and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.